Hi guys! It's been a long time since I've done an update vlog. I think last time we actually did an update vlog, my cascading petunias in my garden back here were just little sprouts, and now they are living up to their name and cascading everywhere, providing some beautiful blossoms to enjoy in the middle of winter, just like I hoped they would. And they have been wonderful companions to have just as they spread out and out and out, and more flowers start to take over my office, which, if you can't tell from all of the other plants in here, is really the way I love to do things. But I wanted to do an update vlog because it's been a bit of a whirlwind for the last couple months for me, and I know that that has unintentionally had the effect of a domino set being attacked by a cat in our channel with our series. Like, all of our series were carefully set little dominoes that I had lined up just right, and I was doing so good and keeping up momentum on so many things all through November and December. And then the cat of chaos, in this case both of my parents getting sick with COVID, happened in mid-December, and things just haven't quite recovered since then. My parents are still recovering, but thankfully have made it through thus far, which, if you guys have been around for a while, you'll know that my mom is very sick. She's been bedridden for most of my life, and she has an autoimmune disease called lupus, so we were very worried about her getting it, and she's still mending, but things are looking a little more hopeful. So I'm finally starting to be able to have a bit of breathing room and kind of look around myself and realize that, oh, a couple months have gone by, and I know that things tend to stop and start quite often on our channel, and I wanted to give you guys some of the insight into the way that there can be cats of chaos going on in creators' lives that kind of tear down the little carefully set up things that you have behind the curtain, where you're like, all right, I've got it all organized, it's gonna be good, everyone's gonna hopefully enjoy these adventures, and the next thing you know, everything just like tumbles apart and you're picking up the pieces and trying to sort them out again. But I'm not upset. Honestly, I'm just so grateful that I'm able to be here after the many harrowing moments in the last couple months where things could have turned out very differently for myself and my family. I know that I have really let many of our series slide, and suddenly we had random series popping up left, right, and center, and I know I tend to pick up and put down series so often, and this basically is just to gently explain to you guys, like, yeah, that sucked. Didn't mean to do that. You guys weren't supposed to see the dominoes fall down. However, instead of being upset with myself, I find myself just totally imbued with gratitude that I can at least be in this place that I'm at. That even if things in the cat of chaos had to enter my life, even if things had to be what they were, I'm so grateful right now that I am at where I'm at. And my only little twinge of, I don't think it's regret or guilt, but a little bit of embarrassment is at how everything went cattywampus. Can I make that a pun? To kind of like smooth things over? But everything went a little cattywampus on our channel. However, we still have had quite a few adventures. Some of them were tucked aside from times when I had more energy and was able to pre-record, and others of them I just dove in every single day. And even when things were so chaotic, I followed that mantra we had from so long ago of, even when your heart is breaking, joyful creation can heal beyond words. And I found myself through one step at a time with a lot of our Sims stuff, and one step at a time with just challenging myself to show up and do my best for Wolf Quest. And it was really healing, actually, to have that kind of consistency and that challenge to approach and to try to work through one day after another. And now we find ourselves here, and I'm getting ready for February, and every month I sit down and try to plan out the series that I'm going to work on for the month, and which ones I want to carry over from the last month, and which ones I'm looking forward to for the future. And as I was sitting down tonight, I just got really excited again about all of it, about being able to create these stories and share these adventures with you. And I wanted to explain like why the last couple months have been a little bit scattered and random, It really feels like sometimes the episodes I've been able to put out are more like a cat knocking things off the shelf. And I really wish I had a kitten right now that I could pick up and like show you for kitten points. But Chips and I are still talking about that. But I wanted to just let you guys know the reason behind all of it. I don't see many of these update vlogs on creators' channels anymore, and I always thought over the last 7 years I've been doing this that they're such beautiful and important moments to bring you all into the behind the scenes area, to the extent that we actually have a behind the scenes series on our Patreon where you really get into the nitty gritty of what's going on into my life, including the like yeast I've been fermenting for sourdough in my kitchen. But that's a different subject. But I think it's important now more than ever for the human nature of the world to step forward. That's one thing over the last year that I have really drawn a lot of strength from, is people showing that they aren't perfect. I know that everyone laughs about like those moments when someone will be in a Zoom call and someone's dog will start barking, or their kid will say something super embarrassing, or we'll see how there's a clip that just came out of a meteorologist who was doing a weather report, and her toddler, who's just learned how to walk, ran up and photobombed like her very serious news presenting meteorology report. And I mean, those are fun for the kind of giggles, but I also think they're such beautiful moments of this time too, to show the humanity of all of us who are doing our day-by-day things, and how it's not perfect. So I wanted to kind of make this video just to let you guys know what's been going on, but also to put forward a little bit of that humanity that has brought me so much solace that I've seen around in the last few months. People being their imperfect selves, and kind of the facade that we put forward sort of crumbling because we don't have time to maintain that facade anymore. And as a result, people have been able to be more authentic when they're like, I'm really overwhelmed, I've got 3 kids at home right now, or yeah, this is a lie and I totally sent my paper to the wrong person, or you know, just not that I'm reveling in people making mistakes, but mistakes are human things. And I guess this is just me trying to say, if you're feeling pressure to try to maintain that facade right now, or if you're feeling just really overwhelmed, I just wanted to add my little bit into it where I could show you guys like, yeah, me too. Things got really chaotic here. And all the little things I wanted to line up and have perfect, I have to let go of. And I guess that's what this is about more than anything. I'm not saying I think we should all make more mistakes or whatever. I'm trying to say that I think now more than ever is a time for forgiveness for ourselves, and forgiveness that we extend to others for just what it takes for some people to be able to get through the day. And I actually think that that's a really human, deeply human and humane thing that I hope we will be able to carry forward into the future. And on that note, that's just a little peek into what's been going on behind the scenes in my life. But it's not just that kind of stress either. It also was a chance for me to step away and let the very carefully organized lineup that I had for everything on our channel and the episodes I wanted to work on, just let them go, release them, to stop clenching on and refusing to let my mental grip like slacken around the ideal life I wanted to have. And when I let go and just said, I'm just gonna do what I can every day, it was really good for me. And I hope I can maybe be the person who can tell you, you can let go of the future that you wanted to be happening 3 months ago that's just not, and just show up for the moment. If you need to hear that right now, I hope I can put that out there for you. But it hasn't just been all chaos either. Definitely more chaos than I could organize things for. But we're all here for like some free adventures in a gigantic archive of like almost 10,000 videos. We're really getting there, guys. So it's not like major pressure, and it's just amazing the kind of pressure you can put on yourself. It's like, yeah, sure, it's my YouTube channel and it's my like my livelihood and my husband's livelihood and how I take care of my family and help out my parents. But man, it's really amazing when you're your own boss too. Like, I don't hear other YouTubers talk about this either, where you can just keep upping the ante and you build up a structure of stress for yourself that boxed you in, that you're the one who made the walls. And sometimes you need, if you really want to be a good boss for yourself, I think, if you really want to let your own actions guide your way in through life and be an entrepreneur, which I think is what it sounds so fancy. It sounds like a fancy food. But if you really want to follow that life, you also need to learn how to take care of yourself in the full way. Not only for motivating yourself to get work done, but for stepping back when things are just too chaotic and you need to take care of yourself in other ways. So that's what I've been doing over the last month, ergo why our series have been all over the place. But I'm hopeful looking into the future to be able to focus on some more fun upcoming projects that I can't wait to share with you guys. I want to do a farming February where we can dive into Stardew Valley's update again. Ooblets is going to update with the Wildlands update soon, so I'm really excited about that. Story of Seasons has a new game coming out 2 days before my birthday, so March 24th. Wildberry is going to be like a year old pretty soon. Wow, like we've got a lot of great things happening, and I've really kind of risen from whatever December and January were for myself and my family, and I'm shaking off the dust, and I've kind of locked my eyes on a target in the future, because I'm very goal motivated. If you have not figured that out by now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm very motivated by goals. But I've locked my eyes on getting us to the 10,000 videos, and I'm really, really, really excited about that. Because that was, I mean, when I made up that goal, that's another box I made for myself to try to reach. But I made up that goal years ago, like 6 or so years ago, when I had maybe like just reached my first 1,000 videos on YouTube. I thought, they say, and this has since been disproven, but it still sounds nice to say out loud, that if you spend 10,000 hours on something, you'll become an expert in that craft. So I told myself, well, I'm gonna make 10,000 YouTube videos. And 6 or 7 years later, here we are, closing in on that. And I'm excited. I'm excited. And I think now is a time more than ever to pursue the things that really excite you. Because when you do something that is full of those positive emotions, it nourishes you and gives you a reservoir of a very special kind of endurance and strength for your heart and soul that I don't think you can just get from anywhere else. I don't think you can just magic it up. And people always talk about how important self-care is, but I really truly do not believe that you can take a weekend to like watch your favorite movies and relax with healthy, yummy food and recharge. I don't think you can really do that in the way that replenishes the stuff you really need deep, deep, deep within your soul, deep, deep, deep within your heart and your spirit, to get through truly hard times. I've been through a few truly really hard times in my life, and a weekend of Netflix would not have fixed it. But months and months and years of pursuing joy and writing in my joy journals, of doing the things that brought just absolute delight into my life and made my heart just light up with excitement, like feeding the giraffes. Every time I have an opportunity to feed giraffes, I feed giraffes, one of my favorite animals in the world. Or the way that I love listening to my husband laugh. So the last few months have been really more and more centered around, one of the reasons I have trouble streaming now is because at the end of the day, when he's done with his work and we can be together just playing Clubhouse games with him or just being nearby while he plays with his friends, our friends, on like all of the pew 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 shooty shoot games, and hearing them laugh, that's just like drinking joy for me, listening to my husband laugh. And it's really hard to make myself go on the other end of the house and like stream when I want to just lean in and soak every moment of his laughter up. And I think if we really want to have a reservoir for hard times, truly hard times in our life, it's something that you build up into the very depths of your heart, your spirit, your soul, whatever you want to think of it as, through showing up every day to nurture something joyful and small and recognize it and acknowledge it and cherish it. That's why I write it. Hope, like, it's been patchy over the last year, but I'm trying so hard to write at least 3 things in both my personal joy journal and the marriage joy journal. Chips actually gave me as a wedding gift for our wedding, which was in April, so we've almost celebrated a full year of being married, but he gave me this beautiful marriage joy journal. Vegan leather, by the way, pretty cool. And we write 3 things in it. We've already filled up one journal and we've replaced it with another one every day to each other about just the joy that we've personally had or the joy of life together that we've built. And I really think that building up a reservoir to be able to endure hard times in your soul is built off of pursuing those small joys every day, like a muscle. You are not able to run away from a lion because you jogged a couple times over the weekend. But if you have been practicing building up that muscle for months and years, then you have the endurance to run as fast and as far as you need for a lot longer. And I think the same thing can be said for having strength of the spirit. And so I've been spending my time finding the little things that excite me and doing new hobbies, and it's been a little surreal because I'm not used to having time to do that when you are running a YouTube channel that has like 3 to 4 videos a day and trying to juggle like your Discord and everything else at the same time. But I've been doing things like growing microgreens, which has been really fun. This is broccoli. I'm going to be eating it soon. It's full of sulforaphane, which are going to help prevent any cancer. So I'm pretty excited. I've been growing microgreens. I have been baking sourdough bread. Yeah, I got into that. And I've been reading a lot of books, and those kinds of projects have really brought me a lot of excitement. And now I'm ready to start focusing on a whole bunch of projects and excitement for our channel again. Like I said, farming February. Fingers crossed I'll be able to really kick off some fun Stardew Valley stuff. Alaria, our artist, is working on a new overlay for Stardew Valley right now. And basically that's where I'm at. It kind of a big personal update, and hopefully just something to encourage you guys too, because out of everything that I've experienced in the last year, spending time with my husband, getting married to him, and the days when I let myself really focus on what brings me real excitement and joy in my life have been the most potent days where I can look back and go, no matter what happens, that was life worth living that day. And I'm just really humbled and excited that I know things have been chaotic here on our channel. They probably will continue to be because it's a chaotic time and we all deserve to give ourselves that gentleness. But I just find myself coming back over and over and over again to creating adventures and sharing them with you. I'm not exactly sure which ones will be in the next 1,000 episodes as we build our way up to 10,000, but I hope they can be moments of happiness and joy for you that maybe can give you a little bit of strength to build a reservoir to lean on during hard times as well. So there's my update. There's where I've been at. As usual, I rambled longer than I meant to. This is really a little embarrassing now, but here as a little footnote at the end, I just wanted to say, like, I also am going to start trying to read a book a month about nonfiction biology facts, and this February I'm going to be working my way through Yellowstone Wolves, which is just out as of December, and it is all about the science and discovery of the Yellowstone wolves in Yellowstone Park, covering the last 25 years of data. And I'm going to read that so we have some really cool facts to share in our Wolf Quest stories. And I'll update you guys when I finish it, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun to dive into some nonfiction books and add in the facts we learn into our adventures. And also, if you like these kinds of little glimpses into like what goes on behind the scenes, I do have a behind the scenes series for patrons and for our members on our YouTube channel where you guys can actually see me make the bread and the seedlings, and you can like listen to me talk to the deck doves. Also, the squirrel that lives in the roof over my bedroom right now, that's been an interesting winter time when you can hear tiny little paw prints like patta 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 at 2 in the morning over your head. Yeah, that was a few like shocking nights to wake up before we realized it was a squirrel. We do have that behind the scenes series to give you a little bit of a peek into the ebb and flow of what's going on behind the scenes. But otherwise, I'll step in now and then to update you guys as I continue to lock eyes on the journey ahead. And thank you so much to all of you who leave such kind comments in these videos and in our community tab when I do talk briefly about some of the things going on, that tell me the heart series that you are looking for, because I read all of those and I do take them to heart. And I know sometimes I really kind of, it's a surprise to me what goes out some days on our channel, I'll be honest. It's a surprise to me too. It's a surprise to all of us. But I hope, even if it might be a little bit of a potpourri mixed bag of who knows what you're gonna get today in the Pixel Biology channel, I hope it can be something that can at least bring you guys a smile and a little bit of hope. And yeah, well guys, thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Like I said, not many creators seem to do update vlogs anymore, and I miss that because I feel like you really can see how each YouTube journey is such a personal journey for the person behind it, and I always loved those insights. So thank you for sharing this time where I could share a little bit of my personal journey that is shaping and creating this amazing, amazing place that we all share together. And I'm excited for the next 1,000 episodes. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna see if I can be inspired by the sprouts I've been growing to really dive back into Stardew Valley. And just thank you. Thank you so much for all of the support and for being here. Thanks to all of you, I was able to get through some of the scariest times of my life and help my family and not have excess stress piled on top of that. And I can't thank you all enough for also giving me a sense of purpose and a place where I can share the things I love the most about my life other than my beloved husband. Curiosity, creativity, storytelling, and going on adventures together. Thank you. Stay curious, guys.